Hey guys, Kyle from PhishCloud here. Wanted to show you some tips and tricks now that you got people set up and using PhishCloud. I want to show you how to monitor activity for your organization, keep tabs on what's going on, and give you some tips and tricks to help you answer some questions and use PhishCloud more effectively. So let's dive in. Here's your company overview page. And by the way, if you like dark mode, just go to user configuration and you can set dark mode there. So if you're into dark mode, we got you covered. So in here you have a one-stop shop to take a look at how your organization is performing. You get to see how many users are active. Active meaning they've clicked on something in the last 24 hours, and total links that they've seen and clicked on for unknown, unsafe, and against the safety rules that you set up, which we'll go over in a second. So we got alerts. I generated a few alerts so you can see what that looks like. You get some general activity so you can see number of clicks per user. Threat models, so you get to see broken down by social media, search engines, Outlook, browser email, browser chat, where they're seeing most of the unsafe things or unknown things. So these are all yellows and reds that they're seeing in these potential vectors. And so you see, obviously, I padded this a little bit, so there's a lot of things in the search engines. And then you can also see, this is one of the things we're really proud of. We don't believe in phishing simulation, right? So once a quarter, you send one email to gauge whether or not people are clicking on things. This is real-time simulation, so you're able to see how many total clicks they've had in the past 7 or 30 or 24 hours, and then you can see what the math is for what percentage of time they're clicking on unknowns, even though they're being warned, and what percentage of time they're clicking on unsafe. So you have real-time metrics now telling you how good people are being. Over time, this word domain is going to pop up. So this is a daily event where you start seeing total number of domains. This is a brand new account, so we can't see that yet. And then some global statistics to help you kind of see where you ballpark against everyone else in the world. So good. Where do you go from here? Alerts is a really good place. So you can either go to alerts in the menu, or you can just click on alerts from the company overview. And in here, you're going to get a list of any time someone's clicked on a yellow or a red, or if they've given you feedback. And so here's a bunch of things that are yellows. If you come in here, you can see this is the only time you're able to see who clicked on what. Is if we think it's a potential security threat. So you can come in here, you can see some details about when this event happened and who did it. You can actually look at this and go, oh, okay, well this is something I understand what that is. So say you know this site, you could come in here and just say, look, I know this is safe, and you hit add, and now this is going to make this domain, anything with this domain, safe, and this will actually automatically roll off of your list as soon as this goes into effect. So you have the ability now to really go in and make some changes on behalf of your users and clean things up. Another nice thing is if you want to go in, you can set up your email in here. So if you come in here, hit the email, you can put in your name and email. You can determine whether you only want it for high, which is if someone clicked on a definite malicious link, high or medium, which is an unknown or unsafe link, or all, which is going to include all the feedback items as well. Usually what I suggest is do an email for high and medium, so you'll get anytime an alert is created, you'll get an email, and then you can drop in a text number of a text for any time a high severity event comes through, and that way if it comes through after hours, you can catch that as well. Those are the highlights of that area. I think the next thing I want to show you is when you're out and about. So when you're in, as I mentioned earlier, when you're in search engines, when you're in social media, and when you're in emails like Gmail or Yahoo or some of these other type of emails in the browser, we're going to automatically scan and tell you what we think is safe or unsafe. Now, the only time that we don't scan something is if it's actually going to the same site. So we're on google.com. So anything that's actually going to Google, so it's an internal transfer, we won't actually scan that. And that's just so we can speed up the links that are going off of the site and get those results back to you faster. And so let's see if I can find one here. Nope. Okay, well, that's embarrassing. Usually there's at least one Google book that they try to sell you at the bottom of every page here. But not today. So here we go. So these are going to google.com. They're books.google.com, but we recognize they're staying on the same domain, so we don't do anything with those. So that's why you may not see something pop up on some of these sites. Another thing that is worthwhile to know is you can actually check a link anywhere on the internet. So even though we're only auto scanning on certain sites, we work anywhere. And when you use a right click, which is what I'm going to show you in a second, it actually gives you a little more information than the automated scans do. So automated scans, you get green, yellow, red. But the right click actually gives you a little more detail about what's going on. And so I'm trying to find a short link here. LinkedIn's usually pretty good for having, there you go, a short link like this one. So there you go. This is LinkedIn. It's a shortened link. They do this automatically in some of their posts. You're able to right click this. And one of the features of PhishCloud is we will unshorten this for you. What's unshortening mean? It means we put it in a sandbox and we step through all the redirects that are going to happen, and we tell you where you're actually going to land. So here you see we're going to end up at this shepherd.com. Now, if this is where you expected to go, great. If you think about this being potentially a yellow link, now you can make some good decisions about whether or not this is where you want to go. We give you a little more detail about some of the rankings, the score that we've given it, and then we allow opportunities to provide feedback. And this all feeds into machine learning and artificial intelligence as we continue to make things safer. So there you go. There's a couple of tips and tricks that you can use as you go about your day. For the most part, we try to work behind the scenes and keep you safe. But understanding some of these things will help you answer some questions for people when they want to know how things are working. And if you have questions for us, please let us know. Just send us a message at support@phishcloud.com. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day and stay safe on the internet. Thank you.